All right, with all of this in mind, look, the election is going to be held Tuesday, November 5th, as you know, the final election day. A lot of voting will begin in September, however. For folks like me in Michigan and in Pennsylvania, the voting will begin in September, which is what, 65 days from now? Not very long. And on that day, Donald Trump is going to be elected again. Every day until November 5 is a celebration of the fact that he survived. We celebrate the chance fate has given us because Donald Trump is here and well. We thank God we can celebrate, that we shall celebrate, because we have a duty to be like President Trump, firm in the conviction that we owe our country our very best, that we will do our best to carry on the work of this republic because America is the last best hope on earth. That's fact. And we shall fight, 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 just like he said. And by the way, that chant broke out when he walked onto the floor here in Milwaukee yesterday. Fight, fight, fight. Our new motto, forged in the near death of Donald Trump. It's our pledge to this country, our pledge to be strong like the president, to be strong in the face of lies and personal attacks and adversity. We fight the good fight in defense of America. We fight to defend the greatness of this country. We know greatness exists. We saw it on Saturday. We see it at this convention as America comes together. And Donald Trump will bring this country together on Thursday. We see it in President Trump. And we will see it again when he delivers his speech to the nation. We have a leader we want to hear. We have a president who wants our vote, who wants us to come together, and together we will make America great again. And that's the setting for the week. J.D. Vance, by the way, 39 years old. I'll get to him in just a moment. Youngest man selected to be vice president since Richard Nixon 71 years ago. Quite remarkable, really. It does set up a $100 million Senate race in the state of Ohio sometime in 2025. We'll talk about that coming up. But I want to start with this. Joe Biden tried to backpedal on his comments of putting Trump in the bullseye. It's just more of the same hateful rhetoric, more of the hateful issues with the left, but here it is.
You called your opponent an existential threat on a call a week ago. You said it's time to put Trump in the bullseye. There's some dispute about the context, but I think you appreciate that word.
I didn't say crosshairs. I was talking about focus on. Look, the truth of the matter was, what I guess I was talking about at the time was, there was very little focus on Trump's agenda.
Yeah, the term is bullseye.
It was a mistake to use the word. I didn't say crosshairs. I meant bullseye. I meant focus on him. Focus on what he's doing.
Yeah, Joe Biden trying to backpedal what he is. You know, I had something come across my desk here I want to share with you because it's quite remarkable. The betting odds, updated since Saturday's attempted assassination, and Joe Biden trying to backpedal on those comments it's weak. Let's just put it that way. It's just weak, indefensible. But the betting odds have changed dramatically. They changed after June 27th and the debate, and now they've changed even dramatically more. But I want to point out something that's very odd about this. The betting odds have Donald Trump with a 58% chance of being elected, 58% chance. And on Bet Online, here's what they have Joe Biden at, 12% chance, so 58% to 12%. Kamala Harris is at 22%. Let that sink in. Across the board here, they've got Kamala Harris as the second most likely person to be elected in the betting odds. 58% to 22% to just 12% for Joe Biden, followed by Michelle Obama, Gavin Newsom, and Gretchen Whitmer, all in single digits. But I find it remarkable that Kamala Harris now, the number two person in the betting pool to be president. So is Joe Biden going to make it? I believe they have little chance of going the other way, little chance of backtracking. The clock is not in their favor, and everything that happened Saturday basically stopped everything. It stopped everything as far as the conversations go when it comes to removing Joe Biden from the ballot. It's just not going to happen. I don't see how it's going to happen. It is not likely at all, in fact. More record fundraising, by the way, as a result of what happened on Saturday. We're waiting for the numbers on that. As more record fundraising is coming through. The fundraising is not just for Donald Trump, not just for the Republican National Committee, and not just for the RNC, but it's also for people like Nella Domenici. And I want you to pay attention to this name, Nella Domenici. Her father, Pete Domenici, was the longest-serving senator in the history of the state of New Mexico. You heard me right, New Mexico. Well, she's running neck and neck in a Senate race there. And wouldn't it just be amazing if the daughter of Pete Domenici, Nella, became the next senator from the state of New Mexico. That would be earth-shattering. So think about this. You have to think about the down-ballot races. In the United States Senate, West Virginia, already in the red column. Ohio, for the senior senator, Sherrod Brown, he could certainly lose. In Montana, John Tester losing to Tim Sheehy by 5 to 6 points now. Tim Sheehy, a former Navy SEAL, a guy who could bring home a Senate seat in Montana. And then you go to New Mexico, Arizona, Wisconsin, the races are tied for the Senate seat that's up for grabs here this year. It would be a remarkable sea change to go from a president nearly assassinated, nearly murdered, to having the House and the Senate and the ability to move forward quickly and do things like seal the border, get the economy under control, extricate our entanglements in places like Ukraine, and stop that war in its tracks potentially. These are the sorts of things that are on the ballot come November, and we're looking forward to it. Another big day here at the convention, by the way. Nikki Haley will be here. Nikki Haley's going to be on the main stage, which to me is a big change, obviously. She has endorsed Donald Trump. She has endorsed the former president after a pretty spirited campaign, shall we say. Donald Trump didn't like her a bit. Trump followers didn't like her a bit, but she'll be here at his request to unify this party as we head forward in the aftermath of that assassination attempt, in the aftermath of everything we've gone through from June 27th and everything else. And if I missed it, Eileen Cannon dismissing the case of the classified documents against Donald Trump. That case has been tossed out altogether because Jack Smith is an unconstitutional appointment. We've got so much to cover here today, and we're just getting warmed up. Live from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, I'm Steve Gruber. This is Steve Gruber Show.